So today we're just going to talk about a little thing called monetizing your income streams, which is that's my thing, right? So if in case you're like, who is this person and what is she talking about? Today in specific, I'm talking about the thing that I am the very best at. So this is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's something that is coming up for us in what I'm doing. First, I'm going to pray, and then we're going to get into what's coming up. So, dear Lord, thank you again for bringing us into this place, being able to have a place for us to gather together, to lean on each other, to lift each other up, and to remember what this is all about. And to remember not to put ourselves so front and center as the broken world loves to do, to put ourselves center stage for everybody to look at us, Lord, but rather for us to bring attention and then send it to you. Lord, just keep us always in this frame of mind, always reminding us it is not about us. It is always about you in your name. Amen. So here we go. So I have a little thing called HBR. Some of you know about HBR, some of you don't. Oh, shucks, I gotta put that up. World changer. I'll take it. Send the glory up. So I have a little thing called HBR. It's home-based revolution. There are many people have gone through that program. It still exists. It is going through an overhaul, so to speak. And I've been working on this overhaul for quite some time, and it just keeps changing and evolving into something better and better and better and better. And so on May 2nd is when it is completely done, and it will be released as its new version of itself. So the version that it already is basically, so, we create a really good amount of money from home, living in service and living in ministry and serving and helping, and really all our days, when I say our, I mean my family, we just focus on our people and serving our people, and that's what our business is built around. So it's never feeling skeezy, weird, slimy. And it's just always living in service. And whenever the C word came around a few years ago, gosh, has it been that long? What is going on right now? It's like time sped up somewhere. But whenever that came around, Mike, my husband, and I looked at each other and we were like, we need to show people, we need to be able to teach people how to do what we've done, because quite frankly, we were okay. So while we were watching the TV and it looked very scary and bleak out there and people were losing their jobs left and right, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, these families don't have income now because a majority of the people out there don't even have $200 in the bank. Right? It's not like people have a bunch of money sitting back waiting for, if catastrophe were to happen, then there's this nest egg back there waiting for them. Most people aren't in that position, right? And so whenever the C word thing happened and I saw people losing their jobs left and right, I was like, these people don't have anything. How are they going to feed their kids, right? Like, how are they going to be able to do things? How are they going to be okay? And so, like I said, Mike and I looked at each other and we were like, we have to show people how to do what we've done. And basically what we've done, you guys, is we created multiple income streams from home, utilizing what we already knew and what we were already good at. And for me, that's an easy thing to teach because I've done it, but also because I've been through it. I know the pitfalls, common pitfalls. I know the pitfalls, and then I also know the right way. I know the things to avoid. I know the people to avoid. I know the types of people to avoid. And then I can, you can have a pretty easy direction forward, right? In creating all of these things for yourself, which then, it essentially, and I'm getting a little bit into the weeds here, but it's like all of these gears in this content strategy, really, all of these gears work together. So when one thing happens, it naturally helps this other income stream, naturally helps this other, naturally helps this other. And so you're no longer looking at 7, 8, 9 spinning plates, and the one you focus on is the one that does well, and then the other ones all fall down, and then you have to go get those plates spinning again, and then you look at them, and then this one falls down. It just becomes like a Laurel and Hardy routine, right? And that's typically how people run their home-based business. And it gets really, this one does good, and then they look at this one and that one, and it's a mess, and it's stressful, and there's not a system, and there's not a process, and there's not, like where it all grows together. It's just really sort of like not to be trusted, not trustworthy income, And so with HBR, that's where we teach what we have done, which is that strategy where it's the gears, you make one post and it helps everything. And so you're building your list, and there's things that people can jump into, and it all works together, but it's very tuned in, right? Like we're very focused on this. It's not like, well, kind of do this and kind of do that. Anyway, what's coming up in 30 days, because it's already good, right? It's already good, already relevant. The strategies in it are the strategies. Strategies, just so you guys know, never change. It's the implementation and the tactics are the things that change. Okay, over time, those are the things that change. And sometimes they change daily. Sometimes they change weekly. That's the thing that I pay attention to the most, is what's working right now. And I will change it week by week by week. What's working right now, because it changes, and people change, and our behaviors change, and blah, blah, blah. And so anyway, with HBR, with the new one that's coming, the revamped version of it, what I'm doing, I'm so excited. What I'm doing is I'm going to be able to take whoever comes into it, even if they have zero, even if they have absolutely nothing at all, if they don't have an audience on social media, if they don't have people that listen to them, if they don't have any income streams, anything that could even potentially bring in income other than their job or whatever, right? I don't care if you've got nothing at all. I'm making the assumption that you have nothing. When you come into my stuff, I don't make the assumption you already know X, Y, and Z. When you come into HBR, I make the assumption you know nothing at all. And so you really do learn everything you need to learn. And so within 30 days, remember the one that comes out on May 2nd, within 30 days, you will have monetized income streams that bring income into your family, period. That has been my focus. If some of you guys are like, is Martha, like, she's been doing less videos. I see her a little bit less right now. Is that like, I'm still around, but it's a little bit less. Guys, I am working hard, okay? I went through 2,000 tools in the last 2 weeks alone to be able to discover how are the ways that we're going to easily make this stuff happen so that within 30 days, my families are going to be able to bring money home, have money start coming in, right? Like a garden hose where you just turn it on and the money just comes in. And that's not, hey, let's win the lottery. I'm not being crazy about it. I'm not saying you're making $1 million coming in immediately. I'm saying let's get cash flow happening, and then it will grow, because I also teach you how to grow it, because that's my whole thing, right? But we have to get it coming in first, because if it's not coming in, you can't grow that, right? We have to get it coming in and then grow that. And so anyway, that is what's coming up May 2nd is when that's going to be released. Now, here's the deal. Here's what you need to hear right now. You can get into HBR right now, because the way that I used to have HBR is you pay once and you're in for life, right? And so that means you have access to the stuff in HBR, you have access to the education, you have access to all of the updates. So this update that's coming is free for the people that paid once and are in for life, right? The coaching, there's coaching, there's small group coaching, there's momentum calls, there's tech calls, there's video calls, like on how to create video, compelling video. There's all sorts of calls that are in there to be able to support you guys, right? You get that for life as well. So what HBR used to be was you would pay once and you would be in for life, okay? Now, starting on May 2nd, when the switchover happens, it's moving to a monthly basis. You might be like, Martha, why are you moving to a monthly basis? I really like that idea of pay once and be in for life. What I know about the things that I pay monthly for is that I'm paying attention and I'm utilizing that. If you pay once and you're in for life, if you're not a self-starter, you're gonna keep thinking, oh, I could do that later. I could do that later. I could do that later. I want this for you right now. So I need for you to, in clear and present thought, I need for you to be like, oh, I paid this month. I need to be actually using this thing, because I know when you actually use it, you will reap the rewards. But if you don't, you won't. And so I have to figure out a way to be able to get you to actually do the thing. Hi, I'm Martha, and I will absolutely do mental tricks with you because I know what it's going to take for you to be successful. And also, it doesn't stop with sales when I do the mental stuff. It also continues into the coaching. I will call out that stuff that is paralyzing you, that stuff that is stopping you. That stuff will get called out in the program as well. And so you get to become the best version possible of yourself, which is cool. Right? And so anyway, that starts May 2nd. So here's what I'm saying right now is for the next 48 hours, so 2 days, for the next 2 days, you can jump into HBR as the pay once, have it for life. I'm not going to allow it past that. We're going to shut the doors, and when we reopen them again on May 2nd, hard and fast date, on May 2nd, when we open the doors again, it's going to be monthly, okay? So just so you know, if you've been waiting for the last minute, this is absolutely it, okay? We're going to shut the doors. It's the people that are in, and then whenever people come in, May 2nd, it will be a month-to-month payment, okay? And so if you want to jump into HBR, if you have a friend that has talked to you about HBR, reach out to them because they can help you out. If you want to just message me at my Facebook business page, which is Living the Dream with Martha. Okay, just message me there and say, let's go, let's do this, HBR, whatever you want to say to me. It's not a bot. We're actually going to be talking to you, human beings, right? And yeah, that's all she wrote. So whenever it comes out, May 2nd, the focus is getting you monetized, getting money coming into your family in 30 days or less. I am not playing around. Not playing around. This is not the face of somebody that is playing around right now. We are doing this. And anywho, I have to go to an appointment. I love you guys. Adios. Bye-bye.